All right, guys, today I'm coming to you live from Stanley Lake. It's a beautiful day out here. As you can see, the lake is right behind me. I was out here on a little hike, and I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a minute now, and I had a friend just experience this that made me really want to go dive into this and give you guys some advice, the beginners especially. I'm not an expert at bikes by all means, but I do know what it's like being a beginner mountain biker, trying to decide which bike to get or what kind of bike to get and how much money to spend. Now, fortunate for me, I was able to go to a bike shop that was really informative and helped me decide which bike I should get as a beginner, which was the Trek Marlin 6. And I wasn't talked into buying something that I didn't need, more than I needed, less than I needed. It was kind of just that perfect balance of what I need as a beginner mountain biker. So I know a lot of you guys don't have that option. So now I'm gonna do my best to help you guys stay away from the things that you shouldn't be doing. All right, now let's jump into my top 3 things that I don't think you should base your mountain biking decision on. All right, now the first thing I don't think you should base your decision on, and this might be a little controversial, you definitely shouldn't base it on the bike being a full suspension, especially if you're a beginner rider. Because I remember back when I was riding a hardtail when I first started, everybody kept saying, you need a full suspension to ride this, you need a full suspension to ride that. And now after all these bikes I've had and all the bikes I've ridden, full suspension hardtails, I'm back to riding a hardtail, and I'll take a hardtail anywhere, any kind of trail you can think of, I'll take a hardtail there. So in my opinion, beginners who are just starting out, I don't think they should get a full suspension. I think every beginner should start off on a hardtail because it actually makes you a better rider. It makes you more precise in the trails, and it just makes you learn about bikes in general. And also, when you buy your first mountain bike, you don't want to be dealing with all this stuff as you gotta air this up, this and that. You don't want to deal with all that as a new beginner biker. You just want to get on the bike, get something that's easy to ride, and take off and hit a trail. Now, I will admit, back when I was first starting to mountain bike, I would have never said, oh, I would get a hardtail over a full suspension. I was like, oh, full suspension or nothing. But now, after I've ridden all these bikes and learned what kind of rider I am, I learned that I like hardtails more. I have more fun on them. So I think it's just personal preference, but I do think for beginners, all beginners should start off on a hardtail. Unless you know for a fact you're 100% invested in mountain biking and you got some chunky, crazy stuff in your area, I would say, hey, go for a full suspension. But that's a lot of money invested, and you don't know if you'll like the sport or not. So that's why I say start off on a hardtail, something that's budget friendly, and see if you like mountain biking, and then learn how to ride and learn how bikes work and do your research and figure out what kind of bikes you like to ride. All right, guys, the second thing you shouldn't base your mountain biking decision on is the price. And I know that sounds kind of crazy when I just said don't invest a whole bunch of money, but the price is definitely something important too, because you don't want to spend too little and get something that's not worth it, and you don't want to spend too much and get something that you'll ride a few times and have it sitting in the garage and figuring out a way to sell it a few months down the line. But this is where you really should do your research. And like I said, I would start with hardtails, see what specs fit what types of trails you have, and just really like dive in and watch videos and see what bike you think would fit what it is you're trying to do. Because mountain biking is an expensive sport, and you definitely don't want to start off too high. So I would say start off somewhere in the middle, so you're not too invested if you don't like it, and you could probably get your money back by selling a bike or something. But you can always go up in mountain bikes, and you can always upgrade. So make sure the price is right for whatever it is you're trying to do, but make sure you don't spend too little and don't spend too much, because a lot of people will get on the trail with the cheapest bike they can find and be super disappointed and be discouraged from mountain biking. And then some people will get something super expensive and realize they don't even enjoy mountain biking, so they just wasted all this money. So you definitely don't want to be in those two scenarios. All right, the third and final thing you shouldn't base your mountain biking decision on is peer pressure. And that's what happened to my friend, because they asked me, what bike should I get? I've never been mountain biking. I want to get into it. What kind of bike should I get? So I started suggesting some bikes, and then they went and talked to a family member who's been mountain biking for a while, and they ride some really nice full suspension bikes. And I kept telling that person, hey, that's them, that's not you. You don't need to start with bikes like that. But they talked my friend into getting a Specialized comp, which the Specialized comp is an awesome bike, but I don't think it's an awesome bike for a person that's never ridden a trail before and never even mountain biked before, never been on a mountain bike. That's another thing. You don't want to get talked into buying something you don't need or you don't want. You want to go try some bikes out, see how they fit you. That's the thing. You want something that fits. And when it comes to your first bike, in my opinion, I think you really want something that's easy to control and easy to ride. And my friend found out that the Specialized comp was a little bit long and it was kind of hard to steer, and they didn't really like it at first, to be honest. I told him, I said, it's gonna take a little bit to get used to this bike, because this is not a bike that beginners start with, so you're gonna have to learn how to control it and how it works. So my best suggestion is go around, go sit on some bikes, go see how they feel, go test ride some bikes, watch some YouTube videos, see what it is you're kind of interested in, see what bikes fits what you're really trying to do. Some people don't want to really go all out mountain biking, they want to ride some flowy green trails. Let's just get started, ride some flat stuff. Make sure you don't get pressured into buying something you don't want, because mountain biking, like I said, is expensive. You don't want to get trapped with a bike you don't really use that often, and now you got $4,000, $3,000 just sitting in the garage, and yeah, that's just not good. So those are my 3 things. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions for people in the comments. I just wanted to run over this video real quick because of what happened to my friend. I just wanted to help you guys out while it was fresh on my mind. So I know I didn't hit everything I wanted to hit, but I just wanted to run this by you guys and help you out the best way I can. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't, hit the like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.